Lecture by CYC Chen Cynthia. You can pause anytime you need. 你可以随时按下暂停键。Before we start to color our watercolor, let's see our tools. You need to have the watercolor brush, like huge, big, medium, and small. And make sure the watercolor brush is very soft. Okay? If you choose the watercolor brush like the grass, it is not the watercolor brush. It's just the painting brush for oil painting and the acrylic. So make sure your watercolor brush is soft. So that's for the watercolor. Okay? With different sizes. Alright? Then we need to have the napkin or the towel to dry our water brush because we are going to use a cool water to mix the color and wash the brushes. Alright, so make sure the water is no temperatures, has to be very, very cool. Alright, then you need to have your watercolor. So you can have your watercolor like this tray. So sometimes it looks big, sometimes it looks small, or you will see your watercolor pen like the tube, like this. Alright, so whatever it looks like a tray or like the tube, it's okay. And you need to have a tray for what? To mixing the color on top of the tray. Alright, so that's it. Do you get every single thing on the screens? If you do, make sure they are all on the set. Then we can begin to colors. Okay, so we're gonna start to do our watercolor right away. So make sure you have your tools ready. So we will start to do the coloring in 30 seconds. Okay, so before we start to do the coloring for our joints, so let's see the step. So we're gonna do the skeleton, the heads together first, step by step, from the highlight to the shadow. Okay, then we will start to do the topping, the decorations colors. Okay, and since we have different decoration, we have different toppings, so I only show you the joint technique for the decoration, okay, because we might have different style. All right, but however, we were going to do the skeleton all together first. All right, so think about the face is the bones, right? So you can choose the color like the brownish colors or purple-ish or grayish. Okay, that is your choice. All right, so whatever what color you're gonna choose, we have to find the big brush and the middle brush to color somewhere a little bit smaller. Okay, we need these two different sizes of the brush for the skeleton. Okay, so first of all, we have to make sure our brush is clean. So I just tap in the water and make sure my brush is clean. There's no extra color on my brush. I don't carry any color from last time. Okay, so first of all, we're gonna brush the water everywhere on the skeleton. Okay, everywhere on the skeleton. Just the face, not the topping. If you have something on the face, the decoration, you have to skip away. Okay, don't brush the water right on top. Okay, because we have to blend in a lot, so we have to make sure the paper is not going to be dry too quick. Okay, so small area. All right, then you have to choose the color for your skeleton. Okay, so I'm gonna choose the creamy color, the brown color. So I'm gonna use a little bit white and light brown, so that's the color. Okay, so here has the highlight. So I'm gonna circle around. I don't color here. Okay, I don't color inside here. I don't color on the cheekbone. I don't color on the cheekbone. And the bottom part here. So we have 4 parts we don't color. Middle, between the eyes, the chin, and the bottom. Okay, then the rest of them I'm gonna brush them with my light and bright colors. Okay, so you might use the purple, light purple or blue to do it, but remember it's the skeleton, so it has to be bright. Okay, don't make it too dark. So see, it's very watery. All right, then I'm gonna add in even more. I have to do it a little bit quick. Okay, so the water is not dry out, so I can do even more blending. So I apply a little bit brown color. If you choose to use the blue or purple, you can make the color go a little bit rich to make the color look darker. Okay, so where I apply here, under the nose, under the teeth, under the cheekbones, right here as well. And see how here has the curved end, remember? Here has the curved ends, the depth. Nose. Okay, and if you have the topping, I'm gonna add in the shadow under my topping. So the flower, the leaf, I have to add the shadow as well. It looks like this. Okay, then we are not done with the shadowing, but we have to make the color go darker. But I have to wait. I have to wait until my watercolor totally dry so I can apply the second layer. And I forgot here. Remember we adding the later white right here. Now we are adding the shadow right below. It looks like a triangle at the bottom. Okay, so I'm gonna pause the video right here because I have to wait it's dried. Okay, so when it's dry, you won't see any flections, which means totally dry, so we can color the second layer. Okay, so before that, let's see. I do have the highlight. You see that? That's a highlight. They are not actually white, but they look much brighter. So I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. I have 4 spots is the brightest part. Then, and the rest of them are the middle colors. Okay, then I do have some shadow. So under the nose, under the teeth, the bottom cheekbones here, and under here, around the thickness of the nose, the side of the head, and under the topping, under all the topping I have. Okay, then we have to create something even more darker. So I'm gonna use the brown colors because my color is, the base is the bridge colors. So it looks like light brown, like the milk tea. So I have to use the brown, and the brown looks too colorful. So I add in a little bit blue to make the color a little bit like grayish. Okay, so that's the color I'm looking for. All right, so where are we gonna color? In the eye, nose, on the side here. So 5 parts. So we color it very carefully. Okay, so we don't color on top of the thickness. Be careful because the color is very, very dark. So which means it's very hard to fix it. If you make the color come out of the shape, we're gonna spend a lot of time to think something else to cover the mistake. So we have to be slowed down. Okay, so now apply the dark color, mix the dark color, not something fresh. Okay, and mix them properly, then apply the color into eye, nose, and the side of the face. Okay, so if you haven't finished the colors, okay. And for who is finished the color, you can grab your smaller brushes like this, the teeny one, because we're gonna color the teeth. All right, so let's see. We use the same color. We don't apply another new color. We're using the same, but with the smaller brush. So we're gonna fit the gap to separate the top and the bottom. See this? It is very, very small. So we have to use a small gap. Okay, you might not add in all the shadow in between the teeth. We only do some and skip some of them. Okay, because the teeth are not that organized. Okay, see, I do some long, but sometimes short and small. I don't want to make them look too organized because they are too pretty, right? And they are not natural. So try to do it a little bit different. Sometimes the shadow will be big, the gap will be big, and sometimes the gap will be small. All right, so now you can begin using the same color, but use the smaller brush to do it. Alright, then fill out the gap. Then I want you to apply more water, okay, on the shadow color. See, it looks a little bit watery. Not a little bit, I will say lot of watery. Okay, so same thing, we keep using the same brushes because we're gonna color the teeth. So I want you to color the teeth on one side because the teeth is 3D, right? It's not like the sticker is very flat. Alright, so I'm gonna use this shadow to color on one side. So you're gonna choose one side. So those are that's the light source. Okay, now I decide the line is coming from the left, so my shadow will go on the right. Okay, so that makes sense, right? So now you have to choose one side, and you see my shadow is not going to be too crazy or drama. It's just slightly there. We know something there, but not too clear. That's good enough. We don't want the shadow go to drama. We just need to see something there. Okay, just adding the shadow for each of them. So that's why I asked you to don't to increase the size of the teeth, because we're gonna color the teeth one by one. So that's the reason I asked some of you to make the teeth bigger. Okay, then if you have some craft and we use the same colors to trace, for example, I have the line here, so I'm gonna use the same color to trace under the nose as well, but very, very bright, watery. We can see something there, but it doesn't have to be too clear. Okay, so if you have something like a break-ins, then it will look like that. So adding the crack, trace the crack, very, very thin. Okay, I try to make the line as thin as I can. Like we do the trees. So that's why we practice the tree many times, because we can use that technique for most of our joints. Okay, so that's everything for the skeleton. Okay, I'm gonna pause the video right here so you can continue to finish all the detail. Then we're gonna have our 3 minutes water break. Okay, then we will coming back to do the toppings. All right, now is our water break. During the water break, you can complete your work drinking some water, use washroom, stretch your body, and get ready for the next sections. Alright? And don't forget to coming back when the timer is done. Use your break time wisely, okay? Don't waste the time just sitting right here. our water break is almost over. Make sure you got everything ready for the next sections. Almost the class. Get ready for the next part.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, so based on what we have for our design, we all have different, right? So only thing that I require is you must do it with the color volume or the color blendings. Okay, no one doing the flat colors. Okay, so let me show you the first one, the color volume. So the color volume is one single colors. Okay, it's one single colors. Then adding the water, mix the colors, one single color, adding the water, then release the wash water, then bring the color out. So that is the color volume. We use one single color to create dark, medium, light, but we can say that's rich, medium, and light, right? So that is the color volume. So you can use this way to do it. Okay, this might pass a little deflection on my paddle because it's too watery now, but you can see there's dark, medium, light. So that's the color volume. And you also can do the blending color. So you have to prepare two colors. So that's my number one color, yellow, orange, and the other one is orange. So I have these two colors right here, number one, number two. So I use the yellow orange. That's my number one orange to color. Apply the second color into my first color, mix in. So the color will go darker, then even more, and more. All right, so that is the color blending. We use two color to finish a part. Color volume, we use one color to show the colors rich to light. Okay, so either one. If you want to challenge yourself, I would say adding some texture, just like the pumpkin. Okay, you have some lines, so I'm gonna add in some textures on it, some dots. Okay, so that's a new thing. You don't have to do it, but that is the texture. You feel free to do so. All right, so now you can start to do your decorations. Remember, there are two colors, the two color scale that I'm required. One is color volume and one is the color blending. And feel free to challenge yourself to do the textures. Okay, and because we practiced that before, so try to use all the knowledge into your joints. Okay, now you can begin. Alright, so I understand it takes a lot of time to do all the detail. Okay, so let's remind you one more time. Require you have to do color volume, one single color to do the blending with the water. So I can see rich, middle, and light. And another way you can do, and that will be better, the color blending. You pick two colors to color one area. So two color one area, two color on one area. So that's the color blending. But I want you to challenge yourself, okay, if you could. So try to add some texture. So like the pumpkin, it has the dots. I add in some dots. I have the pattern on the leaf as well. Okay, so try to do as much as you can. All right. So that's basically our everything for today. And I know it takes a lot of time, but it will turn out good if you be patient and do all the detail. Then when you finish, please don't forget to sign the name, write down the dates, and that's everything. When you complete your drawing, sign the name and write down the date. 完成画作之后，签下你的名字，跟写上日期。Don't forget to take a photo of your drawing and send it to us. 不要忘记帮你的作品拍上照片寄给我们哦。And don't forget to clean out the table before you go. 不要忘记清洁你的桌子哦。Bye bye, see you next time.